Hi guys, welcome back. In this video lesson, we are going to discuss the first lesson in Unit 1 of Kerala State Class 10 English Reader Textbook. The lesson, Adventures in a Banyan Tree, is written by Ruskin Bond, who is a familiar name in Indian literature. His father was a British citizen and was an officer at Royal Air Force. His writings were mainly for children, and it was closely related with the places where he spent his childhood days. He wrote about the foothills of Himalayas, Dehradun, Mussoorie. At present, he lives with his family near Mussoorie. The author narrates an incident of a fight between a mongoose and a cobra that he witnessed as a young boy while sitting on a platform under a banyan tree at his grandfather's house. The author tells about certain incidents and events that he come across while at his grandfather's house in his childhood. At the very beginning of the lesson, the narrator claimed that the banyan tree belonged to him, though the house owner were his grandparents. He said so because his grandfather was 65 years old and was unable to climb the tree. The author felt very happy and joyful to see the opened out branches of the tree, which used to hang from the tree in bunches to the ground. These roots had formed loops. Various animals like squirrel, snail, butterflies were living in the turns of those loops. The tree was very old, older than the house and grandfather. It was as old as the city Dehradun. In the spring season, the banyan tree used to be in full bloom. It used to be full of small red figs. Different birds like bulbul, parrots, myna, and crow used to fight with each other over small things. Their voices together used to make the place noisy in the garden in the fig season. On the tree, the author had made a platform of primitive style, a tree house. In the afternoon, when it was not very hot, he used to spend his time here on this raised platform. He had put a cushion there, which he had picked from the drawing room, and was able to read at this tree house. He had set up a small tree library. The books that he read were Treasure Island, Huckleberry Finn, The Story of Dr. Dolittle. While sitting on the tree house, when he did not feel like reading, he would look down through the leaves at the world below. On one particular afternoon, he had a spectacular view of the classic of the Indian wilds, a fight between a mongoose and a cobra. Because of the hot summer, everyone was inside the house. The author was also feeling sleepy and lazy. Rather, he was deciding to visit the pond to swim with his friend Ramu and the buffaloes he waited there on the treetop. Suddenly, he noticed a cobra coming out of a clump of cactus and a mongoose from the bushes. The mongoose came out of the bushes and went straight to the cobra. Both the cobra and the mongoose came before each other under the banyan tree. The cobra as well aware that the mongoose had superb fighting skills. But the cobra himself was also an experienced fighter and had sharp, poisonous, long teeth. Thus, it became a battle between two champs, creating a hissing sound in its defiance. Moving his tongue in and out, the cobra himself moved its tongue and spread his hood to fight and attack. The mongoose also showed his readiness to fight by brushing his tail and raising his hair. Participants in the fight The mongoose and the cobra were not aware of the author's presence in the tree, but two spectators, a myna and a crow, were watching everything very clearly. They witnessed everything and were settled on the cactus, and they settled down to watch the result. But they were not satisfied with just watching. So the myna and the crow started to participate in the fight. The cobra was trying to bind the mongoose with its movements, but the mongoose was well aware of the power of its opponent. So he fixed his focus on attacking the cobra at a point just below the cobra's hood, and he started to attack ferociously. Among these two rivals, the mongoose and the cobra, the mongoose made false quick movements and it moved very close to the cobra. The cobra attacked and moved its hood so quickly that it seemed that the mongoose would not be saved. But the small creature mongoose made quick movement and it jumped and moved on one side. The mongoose also bit the snake on its back and again moved away out of its reach. Thus, the mongoose made an upper hand over the cobra. Again, the cobra struck and missed. Again, the mongoose sprang aside, jumped in and bit. Again, the birds dived at the snake, but they bumped into each other, and they returned shrieking to their safety at the cactus. In this second round also, the mongoose gained upper hand. As the fight was going on, in the third time, again the birds tried to attack the cobra in the same manner, but this time there was a change. They didn't collide with each other. The myna flew back to its shelter, but the cobra tried to continue the fight in the air and come back to its safety place. In the second trial, the cobra also moved suddenly and attacked the crow with its full force. The author noticed the crow falling 20 feet away. The crow kept shaking its body for some time, but then it became still and died. The myna was on the cactus, and she didn't interfere in the fight any longer. The cobra was weakened and at last defeated. The mongoose attacked fearlessly. It exhausted the cobra with its shrewd and fast attack, and the mongoose moves and finally killed the cobra. The mongoose caught the cobra from its hood and dragging it slowly and pushed it inside the bushes. The myna hoped to reach the bushes. It gave a congratulatory high-pitched sound and she flew away. When the narrator mentioned this fight incident between the mongoose and the cobra to his grandfather, the grandfather was pleased to hear that the mongoose is the winner. Finally, the narrator speaks about the strange case of the grey squirrel and the white rat. The narrator's white rat made frequent visits to the banyan tree. Once, the narrator noticed white baby squirrels in the banyan tree. His grandfather gave a possibility that the white squirrels must be the offsprings of the rat. Thus, the author goes through different events that comes across in his childhood which are related to the banyan tree, which moves on from his tree library, the wonderful sight of the fight between the cobra and the mongoose, and finally the strange case of the white squirrel. I hope all you understood the lesson. You can ask your doubts in the comment section. You can also drop your suggestions. in the comment box. Thank you.